What's up, idiots? I'm Commander of the Clit. This is Lunchbox. And happy fucking Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody! We just wanted to do a quick intro as the characters we are dressed up as. And if you haven't guessed it by now, it is Jay and Silent Bob. So yeah, it's a bit uncharacteristic that I am talking a lot as Silent Bob, but either way, yeah. And as we said, we warned you we're gonna do a 10K celebration Q&A, and it kind of just happened to fit in with Halloween. So this is a Halloween special 10K celebration Q&A. Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? But you guys have asked us some questions on Patreon and on YouTube, and we're gonna go through them now.
And if we're not answering your questions, it means we probably have answered them before. So go check out the other Q&A we have on this. We will link it down in the description box.
Yes. Perfect. All right. Do you want to start with the first question?
Yeah, the first question is a Patreon question, and it's from Daniel Purpletree.
Nice name.
And it's divided into 5 questions.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. And thank you for your...
Questions and your support, your patronage. It means the world to us. Thank you.
Not the most original question, but what are some of your favorite films, TV series, bands, or composers? And I can start out. My favorite film of all time is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And my favorite TV series might be Stranger Things or Scrubs. I have 3 favorite bands. It's Coldplay, it's Pearl Jam, and it's Bon Iver.
Alrighty. Okay. And for me, movies, films, that's very easy. I'm a big fucking Star Wars geek. So, and I like all of the movies. I can watch all of the movies, but if I had to pick one, it's gonna be Empire Strikes Back, of course. TV series, I think I've mentioned this before. Like, overall, it just kept on being good all the way through, and consistency is what I'm looking for here. It was consistently good, and that is Breaking Bad. So I'm gonna put that one there, even though Game of Thrones will always have a big place in my heart. But yeah, last season. And then we got bands or music. Yeah, I'm just gonna say one name, and that is Prince, because yeah, he's just been growing up with Prince, and yeah, he's always gonna be a big part of who I am and my family and all that. And rest in peace once again. Yes. Okay. Next question.
How do you choose what you're going to watch/react to next?
Good question. Yes. Do you want to take it?
Sure. We usually take what is new or what is hot, like trending.
Yeah. And if it's something we want to see.
Of course. If it's something we feel like we need to see, like if something we need to add to the channel. Maybe some comedy or some anime soon, we hope.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely something we both need to agree on and want to see.
Yes. But usually we do tend to agree on what we want to watch, so that's good, at least. And besides what we choose, like we've done at one point a poll to see what shows people would like us to watch, and we wanted people to come with some, give us some recommendations and stuff, and we've saved all of that, so yeah.
Yeah, and how old are both of you? And I'm 27, but I have been 28 in my head for the last couple of years for some odd reason, but apparently I'm 28 in my head.
So, in your head you just skipped 27?
Yeah, maybe. Even though and 26 as well.
Ah, okay. Well, I am 28, and in my head I am 28 as well, even though sometimes I'm like, am I 27 or 28? But...
Eternal struggle,
yeah. Getting close to the 30s, and yeah. Oh yeah.
What jobs have you had in the past, and what are you interested in doing in the future? So I've been a student helper at 2 different labs. I am not. I cannot disclose any details because it's very secret, unfortunately. Or fortunate, I don't know. It's just like we're just playing bad books. I'm currently going through an existential crisis because I don't know if I want to continue in the lanes of science, and if I am, whether I'm going to work in the industry or if I want to take a PhD and go the academic scientist route.
for me, I've done some different jobs here and there. I've done some restaurant jobs, being a waiter. That wasn't my favorite. And then I was a temporary teacher, or a temp, for a long while in a school that I actually was attending as well when I was younger. And I was there for about 2 years, and I actually really liked that because I apparently have a way with children and teaching them and talking to them and all that. So that was a very nice job. And after that, I kind of went like, can't really get I can't start the education that I want to. So I might as well do something totally different. And then I went to Canada and worked as a ski instructor for a little while. So that's a bit of I veered off in a totally different direction. But then I came back and started to study again, and the jobs that I've been doing have mainly been focused on communication, marketing, and then especially video editing, graphics, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's in that lane, and that's kind of where I want to stay as well, even though I'm always open to new stuff. So yeah.
Would you consider providing a list of TV series that you've already watched so we know not to recommend them, as well as a list of possible upcoming TV series you're thinking of reacting to? Mm-hmm. And actually, we do have a community post on YouTube with the shows we watched. So you can definitely also check that out.
If you can find it. We might do a revised list at some point.
Yeah, we probably should.
We should, yeah.
So unfortunately, the list of the plan of upcoming shows is subject to change because I am very busy with writing my master's thesis, and I have 2 months left. So the next 2 months I will be very busy as well, still, unfortunately. So it's that's also gonna have
an impact.
An impact on the plan. Yeah.
But once we are able to maybe make a schedule of some sort, then we would of course love to. But that is the main reason why we're not doing schedules, is because we don't want to like set a date and not being able to actually hold that date and
don't get your expectations up too high.
Exactly. Right now our stuff is just coming out when we have the time to make it, pretty much. So yeps. And I'll do the next question. It is from Graf Fuller. What do the two of you do for a living, outside of YouTube, that is? Who are your favorite characters in Star Wars? Are you excited for the rise of Skywalker? What is your favorite sci-fi TV show of all time? Okay, so there are more than one question there, but we can address it at least. Do you want to start?
Yeah. I'm studying biochemistry at the University of Copenhagen. I'm studying a master's in biochemistry, and I'm currently writing my master's thesis, as I was saying just before, and it's in behavioral neuropharmacology, and I am writing it on the University Hospital in Copenhagen, Rigshospitalet. My favorite Star Wars character is probably R2-D2 because I'm a sucker for the droids. I don't know why, but they just get to me. My favorite sci-fi is probably Stranger Things, but of course I'm really liking Dark and The Expanse. They are very close runner-ups. But I do have a very, very, very huge and weak spot for X-Files.
Oh yes, the X-Files.
Yeah.
Classic. I am at the moment kind of in between jobs, or what you could say. I'm doing this, some other freelance stuff here and there, and then always keeping an eye out for opportunities. Unfortunately, with the education that I have right now, there's not a lot of jobs out there, and there's a lot of competition for the jobs that are there, and it's a bit of a hassle, but no worries. We're still able to live and pay rent and all that, so no worries, guys. And what was the next? And what was the next one? Your favorite characters in Star Wars? Yeah, that's a bit of more of a difficult question for me, because I'm tempted to go to Boba Fett straight away, or anyone that is kind of related to the Mandalorians, because I'm a big fan of the Mandalorians, and yes, looking very much forward to that series. But besides that, I've always very much liked Han Solo, and
He's also a close runner to R2.
yeah. Han will always be one of my favorite characters. I've of course Luke Skywalker, and Vader. I think like character journey wise, Anakin's journey from young kid to Dark Lord of the Sith is one of my favorite character journeys. You can say whatever you like about how it's portrayed in the sequel, in the prequels and all that, but still one of my favorite characters. Next one is are we excited for The Rise of Skywalker?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are both very much excited for that one. And we know there are still a lot of people that did not like The Last Jedi, and they have a lot of issues with the whole franchise right now, and we have our issues as well, like why didn't they plan it out, and is Kathleen Kennedy really, like, should she be heading up the creative department at Lucasfilm as well? And there's a lot of stuff there, but overall we are very much looking forward to the movie, and we both really enjoyed The Force Awakens, and that was JJ, and he is back, so hopefully he can steer the ship and give us a satisfying ending conclusion to all of these 9 films. And what's your favorite sci-fi TV show of all time? I really like Dark as well, and The Expanse, and Stranger Things, and X-Files, classic. But I have a very soft spot for Firefly. So
Yeah, of course, but yeah.
Even though that was only 1 season and a movie, but if you've seen Firefly and you know about it, then you know about the people wanting more and what happened and all that. But that's one of the big ones for me. Yes. Okay.
So Tom C asks, favorite fictional character and why? I don't know. I guess I just haven't found the favorite character of all time. Maybe JD from Scrubs. I relate so much to him. He's basically just a male version of me, I guess. So
nice. Yeah, JD is great as well, and we're talking like characters from comedy series or something like that. I've always very much liked Chandler from Friends. Grew up on Friends and watched it like countless times. So he might be one of my favorites in that arena, at least. If we pick a more serious character, it's also from a series, and I've just mentioned it, but Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly, I just freaking love that guy, and I love the actor. So it's
I do have one. Femship from Mass Effect. If you go
Shepard.
the Paragon route.
Okay. So Paragon Shepard is...
No, Paragon female Shepard.
Okay, yeah.
It's very important that it's a female, because I think the voice actor,
I was just about to say
actress is doing such an amazing job on her. So
exactly. I was just about to say that they're probably, like, character-wise, written, dialogue, all that. The Paragon male Shepard, Paragon female Shepard are probably technically the same person, but it's, as you said, it's who voices them and how they're doing it. And in that regard, Femshep all the fucking way, definitely.
Yes, and we have some questions about the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Emad asks, how scary was it to start your YouTube channel? Was there any hesitation?
Yeah, there was some hesitation there, like, you could call it digital stage fright. Like, it's hard to put yourself out there, and you don't know if people actually want to listen to you, and if they find you interesting, what you have to say and what you're doing. And then, of course, doing these reaction videos, because we know it's like, it's an easy way to get people to look at you on YouTube, and there are some people out there who are very vocal about like what they think of reactors, and reactors are horrible people, and they're just stealing other people's content, and I don't see it in that way at all, and we're hoping that you guys don't as well, because otherwise, why would you be watching reaction videos? but yeah, it was scary.
It was scary.
It was scary. Yeah.
We're both very sensitive people, So we're very sensitive towards, like I was very afraid of the negative comments, like how much would it affect me? Would anyone, it's just, I'm so afraid of being talked down to for the sole purpose of me being a woman or whatever. And especially if people don't think I'm smart, because I somewhat think I'm smart.
I'm sure people do think you're smart. If you've seen our discussions with Dark and Expanse and all that, you'll see which one of us is always right, pretty much, and coming up with
not always.
No, but a lot of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's well, I just tried to encourage Sonny to, just because there was a little bit of the hesitation in the start. I was just like trying to encourage him and say, just do it if that's what you want. I can go get along, and we can just go for it and just keep an open mind and no expectations, and let's see where it goes. Because I never in my wildest imagination would I expected that we would hit like 10K.
Yes, that is amazing.
Crazy.
Once again, let's not forget, this is the 10K celebration as well.
And
thank you guys so much. Yeah,
it's crazy. So it's just and it's like I'm that kind of person. I don't want people to go like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I wish I could do that. I'm just like, do it, because we have one life. Go ahead, do it, and if it doesn't work, well, fine. Then you found out it didn't work.
Fucking YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. It's just. So I just try to say to Sonny,
yes,
do it,
exactly,
and we'll see what happens.
Yes, and you gave me the push that we needed to do this, and so we finally did. And in relation to that, kind of, the next question from Fictional is like, did we have any inspiration to start? Like any inspiration at all, like for this channel and why we wanted to do this, and that, for me at least, like I was probably the only one of us watching some other reaction channels and stuff like that, and watching a lot of YouTube content before this, besides makeup tutorials for you, but and just to start at the top, or whatever you say, I've always been following like Smo Snow, Jeremy Johns, the whole Collider crew, Campia, all of those guys, and I've always wanted to do what they're doing. If I could live off of just talking about the stuff that I love, that would be amazing. But when it comes to reaction channels, I started watching like the big ones, of course, like Blind Wave and the Normies, and then we got closer to like talking about we want to do this and all that, and then I showed Kat some of the stuff from Nikki and Steven, if you know those guys, and then we kind of jumped from there and to just to give Kat a sense of what this is and what I maybe wanted to do. So at least that's our inspiration, all of that.
What do you think you guys could share with us that other reaction channels couldn't? And this question is from Alessandro Malinverno.
Yes. Sorry if we butchered your name.
Yeah. I'm not into reaction channels. I haven't seen much, so I don't really know if we do anything different than all the others. So
probably not that different. Like if I had to venture a guess or something, like what could be different, or why would people choose us over other reaction channels, is the fact that a lot of the other reaction channels, or the ones that I mentioned at least, they're from America or Americans, and while they might have one different specific way to look at things, we might have another way to look at things, because we are from a different country and we grew up
a whole nother side of the part of the world. Yeah,
our culture is different. Like the way we might react to some of the stuff, or the way we think about stuff, it might be different from what you would normally see reactors do. So that's at least what I'm thinking could be the X factor for our channel, is the fact that we are from Denmark. But maybe this could actually be a question to you guys out there, like what makes you want to watch us in particular? What are we doing that's different from other reaction channels and YouTubers?
And what speaks to you?
Yeah, exactly. And if you're just watching us because you think we're saying stupid shit and you just want to laugh at us, that's fine as well. I don't care. All right, next one. A Patreon question from Dylan Wofford. Wofford? Wofford.
Wofford?
Wofford. Sorry, man. Do you guys watch any anime? And if so, which ones? Will you react to any anime in the future? And have you guys seen Friday Night Lights or Justified? Would you react to them?
Just quick one. We haven't watched Friday Night Lights or Justified. We don't know what it is. Maybe sometime in the future we might react to them, but
we have a long list.
We have a long list.
Yes.
So, do we guys watch anime at all? I have watched some. I've watched a lot of Naruto and One Piece, and to some degree some Dragon Ball. But I usually read the manga rather than watching the anime, because I think with anime there's a lot of filler episodes, and sometimes I could get a little bit bored with those. But I love it. Yeah. I really love anime, and I really hope that we can get to watch some maybe Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I would be interested
Full
in
Metal
that.
Alchemist, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I would really love to start from scratch with Naruto and tag this one along.
Yes,
because it's amazing.
I would love to see Naruto, because like my experience with anime shows is pretty much I've watched. Well, you'd categorize it as anime, right? Like Pokemon.
Yeah, that's definitely
Pokemon and
me too. Yeah.
Digimon. I've seen Digimon, but I don't remember whether or not that's actually technically anime. I don't know. I've seen those, and that's pretty much it. But we are very much open to it, and we've been talking about doing some, like shorter form shows, like with episodes that aren't like an hour long each time. And you would usually find something like that in anime or comedy. So we're looking at some anime and comedy stuff that we would like to do, even though the comedy stuff is actually animated as well, or at least the stuff that we've been discussing.
Oh, yeah.
BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty. So if you guys are interested in watching us react to those shows, just let us know. All right, next one.
It's also a Patreon question from BWR.
Yay!
Will you be watching and reacting to his Dark Materials next month?
Whew, it's a tough one, because there are a lot of new shows coming out right now, and 3 shows in particular that we've like been keeping our eyes on. Watchmen, The Mandalorian, and The Witcher. Those 3 we were kind of keeping our eyes on for a long time ago, and we kind of decided, okay, we want to do those 3 at least. And then his Dark Materials came out of nowhere, for us at least, and we saw the trailer and we were like, fuck, we really want to watch this as well, but we don't know quite when yet. We're not sure if we're going to be able to do it as soon as it airs, or if we maybe have to wait until after we've watched like Watchmen and Mandalorian and maybe The Witcher. But we really want to, definitely. Yes.
The next one is from a very Kyrillian Russian name. So I tried to get it through Google Translate, so sorry if it's wrong, but it's like Navskida. But it's, will you guys do something more special than Q&A for your fans? How about a dance routine or a skit or some memes?
Maybe. We're trying to do some different stuff here and there.
We would love to expand with I would love to expand with a series on Denmark, like Denmark from a Danish perspective.
Yeah, we've talked about doing some more of what we call like lifestyle videos, where we are going through maybe Copenhagen, showing some stuff, and explaining how it is to live here and what it means to be Danish or something like that. If you guys are interested in stuff like that, of course.
But if you have any ideas, please tell us, because we're a little bit in deep water here.
Yeah. This is still very much new territory for us, this whole thing, and we only started out with doing the reactions, and we didn't think further than, okay, we're gonna do some Game of Thrones reactions, and then people seemed to like that, and then we were like, okay, I guess we'll continue then. And yeah, so, but we're definitely open to doing other stuff besides the reactions. The next question is also a Patreon question from Deanna DeWall. Are you guys gonna start posting more Expanse videos so you'll be caught up by the time season 4 releases? Also, do you really get free college and housing since Kat is taking college courses? Okay, I'll address the first part of the question, or the first question regarding the Expanse. We are very much counting on being able to catch up before season 4 starts airing. If not, we'll do our best to catch up by then, of course. It is very hard to juggle all of these shows right now with the Watchmen coming out each week. We're trying to get Dark done before we start with The Boys, which we promised you guys. But we love The Expanse. We fucking love it, and we really want to continue it. So hopefully we'll be able to get seasons 2 and 3 done.
About free college and housing, we don't get free housing. No. Education is free in Denmark, yeah, because we did back in the 68, 69, we had like a revolution where people wanted to get free education. It should be for everyone, so not only the people with means and resources could get an education and possibilities of a great life. So yeah, that's free, and we also get like a financial supplement with a couple of thousand kroner. It's not a lot of money actually. So of course it's more than if you had to pay for everything. I get it, but it's so crazy expensive to live in Copenhagen and just in Denmark in general, because it's Copenhagen is the 7th most expensive city to live in the world.
At the moment, yeah.
So it's not a lot of money you get. It's really a supplement, because I have to actually have a job on the side to actually make things go around, like financially go around. So yeah, there's that.
Yes, exactly. And you talked about the whole housing situation as well. Like
it's bonkers, really.
Yeah.
There is 6,000 people moving to Copenhagen each year, and not a lot of people moving out again. So we have a problem with housing people.
Yes, especially students.
Especially students, and also because it's so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
So they have to go in deep debt, just to get by, just to live, and they live on like ramen noodles and
rye bread and
oatmeal.
Exactly, stuff like that. So it's like, for example, like when I was living by myself before the two of us we moved together, where we're living now, the money that I got, the supplement from the state, it was barely enough for my rent. Where I was living, so I also had to work on the side just to be able to eat. And this whole thing where you could get a supplement so that you are able to study and do the full-time study, and you don't have to have a job on the side, and you don't have to have like rich parents who can buy you an apartment, and you don't have to work and all that. It was supposed to end that effectively, but because of like rising prices and all that, the situation is pretty much the same now again, where if you have the means, if you have parents who have a lot of money,
crazy willpower,
exactly, then you can do the full-time study, and you don't have to work on the side, and you can have your own apartment and all that. But if you don't have all of that, then you still, even though you get the supplement, you still have to work on the side just to be able to, you know, eat and live and all of that, and have time for studies. So it's not that cut and dry, but we do get free education. That is true. And next question, Patreon question as well. Victor MPG. What's the meaning of cat sweaters? Are there hidden messages in those colors and patterns? Do they have anything to do with UFOs or a Illuminati secret? Or is it a powerful spell to protect Greenland from Trump's hands? Oh, I fucking love that. Thank you so much for the question, Victor.
Well, Denmark is a very Nordic country. It's very cold here all time round. Actually, we're approximately on the same longitude as mid-Canada, and most people know that Canada is very cold. So that gives you an idea that living in Denmark is very cold. If we even have summer time here, I'm usually freezing like 11 out of 12 months, and that's if we have a summer, or else I'm just gonna freeze 12 out of 12 months a year. So I'm usually wearing a lot of knitted stuff with like knitted socks and knitted sweaters. And because I'm a biologist, I have a love for weird patterns and like retro mismatching pins and stuff like that. So Evil Sin asks, have you ever considered moving to a different country permanently? If so, where in the world would you like to live? And also, is the glass half empty or half full?
We can start with the last one, or
for me, it's definitely half full. But I have really had to change my thought pattern and my cognition to actually believe
perspective on life.
Yeah, now it's unconscious that I would say half full. But also, it's much easier to say full than empty or tom in Danish. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's I don't know if I have the same reasons, but I would say the glass is half full as well. I tend to try to look at the positive side of things always, and I try to be as open and as unassuming as possible when it comes to other people. So yeah, half full, definitely.
And of course, we have considered moving to a different country. Also because it's very probable if I will ever have to go the scientific or academic route, because then I might have to actually change or like move to another country for like a scientific position at a university or something. But I'm not very keen on moving actually, so it has to be somewhere warm because of what I just said before. I would love to go to Japan to live like forever. Or maybe America for a limited amount of time, because I was so crazy about it when we were over there a couple of years back. So
yes, we had a very good trip. Yeah, and same here as well. I've been to the States multiple times and wouldn't mind moving there. Definitely wouldn't mind moving to Canada. I liked it up there very much.
It's cold.
It's a bit cold, but you can live in. There are places in Canada where it's not, freezing cold all the time. Vancouver is pretty tempered like all year round. Doesn't get too cold or too hot. So yeah, next question. From Andromeda Spark. Nice name. Multi-part spooky question. It's almost Halloween / Samhain.
Surprise!
Here in the USA, so treats, jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, ghosts, and monsters abound. Do you have something similar in your part of the world? And do you believe in the existence of anything paranormal? All right.
Yeah, so we have something called Allehelgensaften, Night of All Saints, I think you can translate it to. And it started out back when it was a Christian country, mostly. We had so many saints that we couldn't keep a holiday for each one of them, so we just pulled them all together in one day, and that was this day. And then we just
all the saints' holiday. Boom, there you go.
And in the evening, we would turn on a lot of lights, and we would say that all these spirits came back to the world for or this plane of the world at least, and for this night only. And it was usually like a sweet kind of, or like a nice kind way of feeling their presence or whatever, and like this was where you could feel the spirits of your old loved ones come back and stuff.
It wasn't
like
supposed
that.
to be spooky or anything.
No, exactly, because trick-or-treating is something we have adapted over the time, especially also when we're not really Christian anymore. Most of us are agnostic or atheists, so of course we have
technically raised as Christians, and we still we get baptized and we get married in churches and buried in
some of us
graveyards. Some of us do. It's still the norm, but more and more people
it's more tradition than it's actually religion.
They're not doing it out of because they believe in it. It's more like, well, that's tradition, so I guess I have to do it.
Yeah, so trick-or-treating is actually something we have adapted from United States, and usually something we did in Fastelavn, which is in the springtime.
Yeah, it's in the end of February.
Yeah, so yeah, well, we're both atheists, so I don't think we really believe in anything paranormal.
No.
I don't. Only if I'm scared enough.
Yeah, if there's always stuff you can't explain and all that, and it's the way where your mind usually goes if there's something you can't explain. It's like, wow, that's something paranormal or ghost-like or something divine interventions or anything like that. But generally speaking, no, we don't really believe in anything but the cold hard facts, because scientist. All right. Next one from Ravenous Rambler. As Europeans and Danes, do you have recommendations for American audiences of quality European shows and movies? Which ones are your favorites? What do you think people should know about Denmark that they are not likely to find in a tourist guide? All right.
I don't know much about like other European shows mostly, and movies and stuff, so I will just take base in my very limited knowledge of Danish TV and movies, because I'm not really that much into anything really. But some of the good ones, we usually are very good at producing like dramatic TV series and stuff. And there's of course something like Born, Rejseholdet, Rita, Riget, Jagten, Festen, these last two
Movies,
yeah, and also all movies made by a guy called Anders Thomas Jensen, and it's like very black, dark humor comedy.
Those are the
and that's the best things really. It's like like cultural treasures and stuff.
Yes, definitely. And if we had to recommend anything, or if I had to recommend anything Danish, if you should look it up, try to write it on the screen now so that you can look it up and you don't have to think about spelling. But Blinkende Lygter, for example, is an amazing dark Danish comedy. There's a scene in that actually mirrors one of the new South Park episodes, if you've seen that, where a lot of cows get shot. But it's dark as fuck.
And you will see Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
He's great at comedy. Who would have thunk?
He is fucking amazing.
We do all along.
Yes. And besides that, we got De Grønne Slagter, the Green Butchers, and we got Adam's Apples, Adam's Æbler, and we have
Men og Høns.
Men og Høns, Men and
Hens.
Yes. And in China, they eat dogs. I Kina spiser de hunden, which is also a great. Look them up. Yeah. Dark Danish comedies. But that's some of the stuff that...
Blå Mænd is also actually very funny.
It's some of the movies where pretty much any Danish person you talk to, they're gonna like these movies.
Yeah.
Because they're just universally loved, pretty much.
And of course the old Danish movies, one of the Academy Award winners like Pelle Erobreren and Babette's Gæstebud. They're also pretty good if you can overcome the fact that they're very old.
Yes.
And I don't know if you have anything else to this part of.
Not really. I'm same with Danish television shows and movies. I've really been good at watching the stuff from our own country. It's usually been stuff from Hollywood and America, the UK, yeah.
So about the thing with what you people should know about Denmark, we actually, as we just said before, we wanted to do like a series on Denmark, like for the sake of tourists or just interested people, and like everything about Denmark that you wouldn't get from anywhere else actually. But it's really hard to pinpoint what you guys would like to know and what you already know or whatever, and what is actually written in tourist guides, because we don't really do tourist guides because we live here. But a couple of things though. Don't even bother complaining about non-existent AC, because we ain't gonna buy any, because we're cold year round. We don't need AC, and if we have like very hot days, we're just gonna roll with it. And
open some windows. Just don't wear as much clothes. Drink something cold. I don't know.
None of us are used to AC. And
we tend to, if we go to another country and there's AC, then we always we end up getting sick, because it's like the change in temperature from when you go from outside to inside and vice versa. We're not used to that at all. So
we can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And the last thing, always take care of bicycles. always be very cautious when you're crossing a road.
Look
And
to the right, to the left, look up,
they
down,
are
everywhere.
merciless, and
everywhere.
they are usually in the right.
Yes.
But if you see anything that Danes do that they shouldn't do, don't do it because they do it, because they're idiots too.
Yes, if you see, if you visit Copenhagen, you would probably see this. If you see anyone crossing the road when there's a red light, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Just because the locals are doing it, it's still a bad idea. Don't walk on the bike lanes.
Never, because you
Never.
will get run down, and they are fucking merciless. I'm telling you.
They will kill your ass. They will run you over, and they do
And
not care.
And would do it for sport.
And they are not wearing helmets, so everybody
and they would do
will
it for
get
sport.
hurt.
They think it's just funny to just chase you down if you're not,
Yeah.
if you're careless and just walk there.
Don't fuck with the bicycles, is at least what we're trying to say here. So, yeah.
Yeah. Always learn traffic rules wherever you go. It's a good idea.
Oh, yes. All right.
So that was it.
Oh, that's it for the questions. All right. That was shorter than last time, but still we got through a good bunch of questions there and tried to answer them as truthfully and as detailed as possible. So thank you guys.
Without getting too much into stuff.
Yes. Even though I have a hard time trying to shut it off sometimes, and yes. But either way, thank you guys so much for asking all these questions. Thank you for sticking with us for all this time now, and like us getting to 10K subscribers is such a big milestone, we think, and it's given us a little bit of energy again, or it's more energy to keep doing this stuff, because we know that it's hopefully gonna keep growing, and we're gonna do some different things and different content in the future, some more reactions, and
would you like some podcasts maybe?
And podcasts, we've been talking about podcasts a lot, and actually we've been talking about maybe doing some Star Wars podcasts leading up to the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker. So once again, if you've been watching through the entire video and you've reached this point and you're still watching and all that, let us know if you would like to hear us talk some more about Star Wars on some podcasts.
Or anything else.
Or anything else podcast-wise. We would love to do some more of that. Also because it's easier and quicker to do podcasts, and we don't have to put up all the lights and the cameras, and you don't have to do the makeup and none of that. We only have to, set up the mic and then start talking. So yeah, if you would like to see that, let us know. Yeah, do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
To the kind people out there watching us? Nope. Alrighty. Well then, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting us. If you want to support us, please go visit our Patreon page. Look at the tiers. See what's right for you. Any kind of support is always welcomed. It enables us to do more of this stuff, more content, more videos. And once again, thank you so much for the questions and the support and everything, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.